Hi, I'm Pete Grupposo, Vice President of Dealer Sales for Manheim, and this is Manheim Connected. Our goal here is simple. Give quick information on hot topics around the automotive space in a quick and digestible fashion while you're trying to keep your business moving on the right path. Today, I'm joined by Kevin Chartier, Vice President of Consulting with Manheim. Welcome, Kevin.
Hey, Pete, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining, and I asked you to be on the first version of Manheim Connected to talk about probably the most hotly discussed and contested item right now, which is MMR, which has seen volatility we've never seen before. So I've got one question. If I'm a dealer and I'm either trying to buy, sell, appraise, take a car and trade, do any of those functions that I typically use MMR as a tool, how do I use it? How should I look at MMR today in this current environment, and what changes should I make in the short term?
Yeah, it's a great question, Pete. Traditionally, MMR has been the gold standard of valuing cars and used, across the industry by both buyers and sellers to really get a feel for what the true current market value of a vehicle is. And again, historically, MMR is tracked right on top of where the market is. And that held true all the way up until about 3 weeks ago when we got the pandemic kind of breaking out. And we went from the strongest spring market we've seen since 2014 to the biggest drop in resale values we've ever recorded in history in a matter of just 7 days. Again, to say it's unprecedented would be an understatement. Because of that, an MMR being an index that is designed not to overreact to, temporary dislocations similar to the one we're seeing right now, MMR has moved off of where the true marketplace is. There's a gap now of about 6 percentage points between the true transaction prices and what we see in MMR. So to kind of help people manage their way through that process, we've added another piece of information that you can access through manheim.com. It's called MMR retention. MMR retention gives you a percentage right now of the current resale values as a percentage of MMR. So if I'm a seller or a buyer, that would be one of the first tools I would look at to try and understand where the market is today relative to MMR. So I can make adjustments to either my floor prices if I'm selling, or adjustments to my bid prices if I'm buying, or even if I'm taking in trade-ins, how would I revalue those? So MMR retention has really been our short-term solution to the issue.
Great. And one last follow-up. If somebody's kind of, unfortunately, based on what we're all experiencing, their dealership may be closed, they may not be active in the market today, would that MMR retention report help them as we start to build towards a new normal? Because I know MMR won't just become super accurate overnight, just like we're seeing challenges today. So is it fair to point them in that direction as well?
Yeah, I think that's a really fair point, Pete. Right now there's a difficult time to try and get true price discovery when you have, 30 to 40% of the dealerships across the country are closed, and other markets that are disrupted to varying degrees. But we will pass through this and we will come out the other side, and the market will begin to re-engage. And I expect that we'll start to see movement in the MMR retention numbers on the other side, before we see it in MMR. So for the foreseeable future, I would continue to use that MMR retention until the marketplace normalizes and MMR again becomes the gold standard of valuation.
Awesome. Thank you, Kevin. And for our clients watching us right now, thank you for taking this brief amount of time to sit and listen. We hope to provide you more insights as we all work through these really challenging times. So for Kevin Chartier, I'm Pete Grupposo, and this has been Manheim Connected.